Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the final session of PG Week. So I'm joined here by Laura Sparks, who's from our careers team. Who's going to talk about careers you can go into from kind of a postgraduate qualification. So I'll pass over to Laura now.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, all. Today I'm just going to talk to you about postgraduate career prospects, working while studying, and career support. So I'm one of the employability and careers consultants who sits in the careers, employability and enterprise team here at the University of Suffolk. There's a couple of us in the team and we're all aligned with different courses. So we all have our specialisms and can help you and support you as you go through your degree, which we'll go into in a little bit more detail sort of as we work through today. So we're just going to look at the value of postgraduate study, particularly from a careers and employability perspective, especially with today's competitive job market. Postgraduate qualifications are becoming increasingly important, and employers are placing a much greater value on the qualifications, which can make a big difference in career prospects as well. So we'll have a look at the postgraduate qualifications and how they can enhance your career opportunities, the skills that you can develop during your studies, and how these can improve and boost your employability, and also more about the team here at University of Suffolk and how we can help you as you go through your studies. So why people choose postgraduate study? There's lots of different reasons, both sort of career driven and personal. For some, it is seen as a sort of stepping stone to career progression in certain professions where advanced qualifications are required. So some sort of sectors you won't be able to go into without that qualification. Oh, sorry, my screen's just gone blank. Others use it as a way to switch careers entirely. So it might be a case that you're moving from one sector to another, from humanities to data science, and you might be doing a conversion course because of that. Some simply want to specialise in a field that you love. You want to gain a deeper understanding, and you might want to go into a more research-based area of that field. And gain your sort of knowledge and skills that way. Employers often value postgraduates for the advanced skills that they can offer, and some of those postgraduate qualifications can then also lead to higher salaries over time. So it might be because of an increased sort of earning potential that you might go into that postgraduate study as well. Lots of other different reasons as well, but they're just sort of a snapshot. So working while you're studying, it can be very rewarding and beneficial, but it can also be exhausting. So whether you're doing postgraduate full-time or you might be doing it on a part-time basis, it can be difficult to ensure that you're giving it your all. So it's important that if you are looking to work whilst you are studying, making sure that you're finding the right kind of role that might fit around those studies and your personal life, and that would work best for you. So there's lots of different ways that you might work whilst you are studying. So it could be that you're doing a full-time role, it could be that you're doing a full-time role anyway, and this qualification is part of your workplace and that they're going to support you as you go through, which is fantastic. Or it might be that you're working in one position and you're wanting to do this qualification to help you move within departments or into a different role entirely, and you might not therefore have that sort of support in place. So it's just important that if you are doing full-time work that you've got things that can help you to give the most to your studies. Lots of part-time opportunities. Again, it might be that it's relevant to the field that you're doing your postgraduate in, or it might just be something completely different just to help you financially support yourself throughout your qualification. There are lots of graduate assistantships that you can do. And if you are doing perhaps more of a PGR, there are research assistant roles that are available, as well as internships and placements. Now, some courses and something that we do have at University of Suffolk is a lot of our courses will have placement opportunities for you to do alongside. Some of them might be voluntary, but some might be a requirement for you to do, especially on our healthcare courses. You'll need to gain so many hours as part of your qualification. So it's important if you are looking at sort of work during your studies that you factor in possible placement hours as well. And then lastly, there is also freelance or remote work that you could do. So we have different opportunities where you might just pick up a couple of hours here or there, and it's not consistent throughout the year. So it's more flexible and you're able to sort of decide as and when you're a bit quieter around your studies when you might be able to do something like that. So there is lots of different opportunities that we can help with. So just to sort of go into what are the benefits of postgraduate study and sort of doing the postgraduate qualification and working alongside it. So I think the main one is gaining that practical experience, practical hands-on experience, learning as you're doing. You can immediately apply your academic knowledge to real-world situations. It can really help strengthen your CV with both advanced education and work experience. When you're writing applications, the real world experience that you're gaining, you can use that in your application. So it just gives you a stepping stone above somebody else who might not be working alongside their PG study. It can also really help you develop your skills. So we're always talking to our current students about transferable skills and how you can apply what you're learning in your studies into the workplace. So it might be things like time management, prioritization, resilience, all really key factors that whilst you're working and learning, you'll be able to join the two together, and it's just really good foundation for that. And it's also really good for developing professional networks. It really is, there's a lot of emphasis on who you know, not what you know. So this is a really good opportunity to start just in your postgraduate study, but also in any work placements, internships, research that you're doing, start building those connections and that network. Who is it that you're working with? Where have they worked before? What research have they gone into? How might that benefit you going forward? So lots of opportunities there. So again, I've mentioned a little bit about the skills, but yeah, they can really help you apply them to the workplace. So you can, once you could be in study for a long time, go into the workplace, and it can be really difficult to suddenly transition from studying from academia into employability. It's difficult with that transition, but I do think when you're working alongside, you're really gaining those skills that can help with that transition, and that is what employers are looking for. And then just a final one with the benefits there, and it's probably the biggest one, that financial support. So it might be that you are working alongside studies to help fund the postgraduate qualification. So it can help you with tuition fees, living expenses. It can help in the long term with reducing your student loans, but also just being able to continue sort of personal life, any extra commitments that you've got outside of studies. So by working, whether it's part-time, full-time, that will just help balance the two together. There's a lot more benefits, but that's just a quick snapshot there to go through. So again, I've already mentioned these, but I think it's just a real emphasis on the employability skills that you develop during a postgraduate study. So depending on the kind of course that you're doing, advanced research skills, the studying and the type of courses and modules that you would be doing at PG level will be very different to undergrad. It might be that you've had some time out between doing an undergrad and postgrad, so it can really help you hone in on those research skills and develop them going forward. Critical thinking, again, something that these are all skills that you'll have been doing at undergrad level, but it will just really enhance at PG. And if you are working within a career related role, then you can really develop skills such as critical thinking, autonomy, leadership, project management, communication, digital and analytical skills, and the list really does just go on. It just gives you a really good foundation to be building on those skills. So again, I have briefly mentioned this, but working alongside your postgraduate qualification is a fantastic way of building a professional network, professional profile. You might already have a LinkedIn profile. It might not be something that you've got yet, and so you want to start building on it. But the people that you're working with, whether it's a relevant field or not, you can start building up those connections and building that network as you go. So it can really help with, it could be with your academic publishing. It could be that you attend a conference just as part of your studies, and you make that connection that could then help you find a part-time role or find that research opportunity that you want to do. It might be that there's a specific like accreditation or certification that you would like to do, and knowing people within your network that have maybe done that before can also help. And again, maybe you need to do so many hours within a specific industry or workplace, so it can help there as well. It might be that you just want to do some volunteering alongside your course as well. There's lots of opportunities if you do have the time, which I appreciate can be difficult if you are working and studying, but there can be a lot of volunteering opportunities that you could do. We've got lots of opportunities at the university, but there's also a lot in the local community. And again, it's all about thinking about those networks that you might gain because of it. You're also developing your skills, skills that then you can put to your CV or to your applications to help you find that graduate role once you do complete your course. So a big element of, especially within our careers team, is we're always thinking about entrepreneurship. Not all postgraduate students follow a very traditional career path, which might be for working for a specific employer. It's very popular now for a lot of graduates to use the expertise that they've learned to actually launch their own business. And especially if there's a research element, it might be to help develop innovative solutions within that field. So working as you're going through your study helps you gain the knowledge, the information, and those connections, and can give you a really good sort of foundation to then look at starting your own business yourself. So we've had students that have developed new technology. You could launch a consultancy. It could be a really niche idea that you've got, and you want to then go into and look at that in more detail. So our enterprise team really dedicate their time towards this, and we offer lots of workshops and sessions on sort of training on business fundamentals. So it might be looking at finance, marketing, strategies. We've got enterprise boot camps that the team run throughout the year to give students the opportunity to sort of go forward with those ideas that they might have. And then there's also lots, there's availability for one-to-one appointments, mentoring, guidance sessions as well. So it's something to think about depending on the reason for going into postgraduate study, what it is that you might want to do sort of going forward, as to whether this might be something that could be a good end game. And again, something that the University of Suffolk really offers and can help with going forward. Just a little bit about specific to the team. I've covered why you might want to work alongside and whilst you're studying, and also the real benefits to it. But if that is something that you are doing, there is so much support available within the CE team. You know, I've mentioned it can be, there's a lot of pressures. Maybe you are working full-time, you're studying full-time, and there's a lot to sort of to deal with. So where we can, we always want to help. So within the careers team, We do offer one-to-one appointments. So all of our appointments are with one of our, either with the enterprise team, myself as a employability and careers consultant, or our work integrated learning consultants. And as I mentioned at the start, we're all aligned with a specific course. So we do have that industry knowledge and the labour market information for that sector that you would want to work in. So we offer impartial information, advice and guidance, and really help you sort of work towards thinking about those next steps. It might be that you have started your qualification and you want help looking for that part-time work, or there might be a placement opportunity that you want to apply for that we can help with. It might be that you just want to start thinking about a CV ready for when you finish your qualification, so that you're ready to go and use that time that you might have to start preparing. Or like I said, it might be about starting your own business. We can help you as you go through. We also offer within the team a number of student impact projects, which are structured to connect businesses with our students and collaborate on specific sort of impact-driven business challenges or organisational issues. So it might be that you don't necessarily have the time to commit to a part-time or full-time job whilst you are studying, but it might be that you want to take part in a student impact project, so it'd be so many hours throughout the term where you could work with local businesses who are relevant to the sector that you would want to work in. And you can start developing those workplace skills, those employability skills, and also really get to know the industry and what it would be like to have experience of working in a related company, for example. So, for example, some of the impact projects that we've had might help with market research, marketing plans, developing a new product or service. We've had ones to do with artificial intelligence, so lots of different opportunities there for you to get involved with. We also have micro placements, which are paid placements that you can do as part around your studies, all very flexible. So it just gives you the opportunity, again, similar as the student impact projects, to be developing those employability skills, but not putting pressure on yourself to do a full-time job whilst you are also studying. It might be that you are able to do some of these projects if it's a 2-year course, for example, you might want to do a couple of these in your first year and then realise, actually, I might have time to be able to do a part-time job, and then look to do that in the second year. So sort of have a plan in place that you could sort of see how it goes without putting too much pressure on yourself to begin with. But there are lots of different opportunities available for you. And again, it might be you just wanted a one-to-one appointment to sort of discuss them in a bit more detail and see if there was anything else that might work best for you. That's just kind of a brief overview there of some of the other projects that we've got. There's always new projects sort of coming in every year, and we've got lots of really, really good connections with businesses in the local community, and we really do try and help students where we can to get those really meaningful work placements that will help them build those skills so that they can find those jobs at the end or during their degree. Just a quick note on the platform that we use. This might be something people have come across already, and obviously if you are a current student, then hopefully you are utilising the platform. But we've got FutureMe, which is our career e-learning platform, and there's hundreds of different e-learning resources available to our students. You'd have access from this from day one, and it's something that you would always have access to even once you graduate, but lots of opportunities to sort of self-direct your learning and help with those employability skills. So it might be that a specific skill that you want to develop, and so you could have a look at the resources on FutureMe, and then it might be something that you want to talk to an employer about, or it might be that you then have that one-to-one with a consultant to, again, just try and develop your employability skills, or it might be that you just want help with your CV. or you might have an interview coming up. So there's lots of really good AI tools on there to help you with those, with the application process. And to just really enhance your employability. And like I said, it's sort of available to you as and when you'd want to use it. So it's not something that you would have to worry about sort of doing in a really condensed time. You could be working through it as you go through your studies. So in terms of slides, I know I've sort of given you lots of information there, but there's lots of opportunities to not only work whilst you are studying, and there's but lots of flexibility around how that work might look. So whether it is part-time, couple of paid hours each term, or whether it is a full-time job, or it might be that you are wanting to start your postgraduate study whilst you are already working. So we can support in making sure that you are managing your time and sort of working through that at your own pace without feeling too overwhelmed. So there's lots of help that we can support you with. Has anyone got any questions? Because that's the slides from myself. Has anyone got anything that they wanted to ask or go through in a bit more detail? Perfect. So can't see any comments coming through, but if any questions do pop up, then please do let us know. But yeah, that's all from me today. And we look forward to hopefully seeing you start your postgraduate course soon.
Thanks, Laura. And thanks to everyone for attending, and thanks to everyone for attending all the sessions for Postgraduate Week. So all the sessions which are streamed this week are available on the website. If you go to Postgraduate Week on the University of Suffolk website, you can find the recordings of all the sessions, and they'll be on YouTube and LinkedIn. And then we've also got course introduction videos from all of our postgraduate lecturers introducing all of the new courses as well. But yeah, do feel free to have a look and get in touch with us if you have any questions after those as well. All right, thank you.
Thanks.